welcome. That was unexpected. My name's Julie Mann, and I show men and women how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives by changing their habits. And I'm really, really excited because today I'm joined by the lovely Jeremy Jacobs, and he's going to talk about habits for entrepreneurs. So Jeremy, why don't you introduce your company and go ahead with your habits?
Thank you, Jules. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Jeremy Jacobs. I am the founder and owner of Cookie Jar Consultancy. I help businesses to grow, scale, and problem solve, really. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I've run many businesses, one of which was a food manufacturing business, which I ran for 13 years with my mum and dad. So 5 healthy habits. So as I say, I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years, so I think I've probably quite experienced about what works for me and what I feel are really important habits, and hopefully some of them aren't too dry and boring. So the first one is around knowing your numbers. Now, that's all about your business. It's all about understanding your finances. I had to learn the hard way because I found myself in £150,000 worth of debt without really knowing about it many years ago. And I had to learn very quickly to understand my finances in my business. And the benefit to me around understanding my finances is it reduces the stress because I know where I'm at all the time. And if I have a good insight into my how much money is coming into my business, how much money I've got in my business, and how long that's going to last me, then it helps me to be able to plan ahead for any eventuality, anything that goes wrong. And a lot of people tend to find numbers quite challenging for various different reasons. I avoided them like the plague. I didn't particularly enjoy maths at school, but it's one of those things which I believe every entrepreneur has to learn. It's like a fundamental skill. So that's my first one, and it helps me sleep at night. And as I'm sure you know, Jules, sleep is probably the most important thing to any human, particularly entrepreneurs. The second one is having clarity over your direction. So for me, it's really important to have a good strategy in place for my business. And why I call that a habit is because you have to keep constantly be looking at the strategy for your business, understanding where your business is going on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly perspective. I don't know, I've run out of words then. But yeah, having clarity over your direction and knowing where you're going, because if you show up to work or sit down at your desk, let's say every Monday morning, and you're not really clear where you're going and you're not really sure what you're doing, then for me that creates a stress, and it creates it causes me to kind of get very distressed if I'm not sure what direction I'm going, what I'm doing in that day and in that week. And for me, that's critical for a healthy, stress-free life. The third one, so we all know, well, hopefully we all know that there's lots of things that happen to us in life that are completely outside of our control. COVID's a really good example. We have absolutely no control over pandemics and when they come along. And for me, a really healthy habit is making sure that I am in communication with people around me and that I ask for help. And that is actually a skill that I've had to develop over time because I never used to be very good at it. I used to internalize everything. I used to think that I could deal with it myself. And a really important and healthy habit for me is being able to share what's going on for me, the struggles that I'm facing, what's going on for me with my mental health, trying not to have any shame around it. And that's been really important for me over the past couple of years with the pandemic and everything that's happened with my business, because I closed my business last year, and I do believe that has been a really important habit of mine, is to be able to regularly communicate with people and share as much as possible. My fourth one, again, is a habit around building a business around my life and not a life around my business, because I did that for 15 years. And what tends to happen is your business suddenly grows and you're fitting your life in around it to make it work. And for me, the biggest shift that I've had from a mental health perspective in the last year has been realizing that actually I'm here on the planet to enjoy my life and to live, and things like sleep, exercise, eating well, things that looking after my body have now become priority, and they weren't before because my business always came first. And so now it's really important for me with my new business that I'm building, that actually I'm building my life around my business rather than my business around my life. Did I get that the right way around?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, fantastic. You know what I mean. And so that means that everything that is important and helps create a really solid foundation for me to have a great week, for example, like sleep, exercise, eating well, etc., comes first, and then everything else is built on top of that. And then my final one, which is a really important one again, which kind of leads on very nicely in this, is being extremely strict with my time off and doing nothing. When I'm doing nothing or not working, I'm just resting and recharging, I'm busy doing that, because people tend to think that, I believe, when they have time off, that they're free, that they're available. But actually, no, that is my busy time. I'm busy recharging my batteries. And so it's extremely important for me to make sure that I am, looking at my diary on a weekly basis and make sure I have adequate time to rest and recharge. It was very tempting this weekend, because it's a Monday today, to work. But I didn't. I was like, no, I need some time to rest and recuperate, and I took that time off. And I now study my diary, which sounds a bit extreme, but I don't know if anyone. I'm neurodiverse. I have ADHD, so I struggle to focus on certain things. And I heard it from someone, I can't remember who it was, and they said they study their diary every week. And I thought, oh, that sounds a bit extreme. But actually I do. I really have to go through every day and go, right, what am I doing this week? Because it's so easy to just look at diary and skim over it and go, oh yeah, but it's really important for me to study it, because the amount of times I've missed appointments because I just haven't paid enough attention, and they've been in my diary. So it's really important for me to make sure that I block out time in the week, wherever that is, to have time for me and be extremely strict around that. Even if it's something like going to the gym or exercising. And those are my 5 healthy habits.
Oh,
entrepreneurs.
Jeremy, absolutely brilliant. I love what you've covered there, because you're talking about the quality of our life, aren't you? And actually having a business that really, really thrives, and you can thrive at the same time. So please do check Jeremy out. I'm going to put all his links below this video, but just give him a call, have a conversation, and take it from there. Jeremy, thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me.